I don't like this format. I don't like being further away from the camera.
Oh, well, you're stuck though.
Okay, fair enough.
All right. Hey, welcome back to Rants and Reviews, Tidbit Edition. Today we're talking about The Lost Legacy.
Don't be confused. We did do a Lost Legacy full review, but this time we're not talking about Lost Legacy.
We're not talking about Lost Legacy. We're talking about Lost Legacy, The Flying Garden.
That's correct. Now, one of the great things to note about this game is that it is a standalone game, correct?
Correct. It's a standalone game.
But you can mix and match them with each other.
Correct.
So we are treating this like we would treat any expansion. It is a standalone game, but we've already gone over our thoughts about the way the game plays. So now we're talking about what makes this different, and that's why it's a tidbit.
Correct. And what makes this different is the fact that the numbers in the deck stay the same, but the card abilities change drastically compared to Lost Legacy, the Starship.
In fact, I would say some of these cards feel a little bit more like the love letter style. Cards like guess the number. If it matches the number of the card the person has, they're out of the game. Cards that allow you to basically control where things are going. It's a lot more fun. It's a lot more interesting, but it's not that different to stand on its own.
Right. I mean, what I did to test this out to see how I liked it was I played the Lost Legacy of the Starship with a group, and then I brought out this one. We played this one as well, and then we went back to the original Starship, and we went back to this one, and then we tried mixing a few things together. The cool thing about this is it does actually take the game. If you put this in with the Starship, you can actually play up to 6 players, which is interesting.
Which would be nice because then you actually have what I consider a full group.
Yes. I
don't really like games that cap at 4. And don't get me wrong, I've been responsible with this myself. I've made some games that actually capped out at 4 myself personally. But I do like a game that can hold at least 6 players. But then again, you're running a strange game. Very few games will run the 2 to 6 ratio, which I think is perfect.
Yeah, I think that's a good ratio for most games. I actually really like certain cards in here. Like I like the Storyteller a lot. It's the 7 in this deck. And it actually allows you to make multiple guesses during the investigation phase of the game. I like that a lot. I also really like the I like the 1 in this. The 1 is called the Saint. What the 1 does is it actually makes it so if you are knocked out of the game but you have the Saint face up in your discard pile, you can actually turn the Saint back over and you're back in the game.
Nice.
Yeah.
So just a quick question to you moving forward. If you had to pick one of the games, the Hanging Garden or the
Flying Garden.
Sorry, Flying Garden or the Starship.
Yes.
Which one would you recommend to new players who are big fans of Love Letter?
You know, honestly, in my opinion, the games are actually dead even.
Really?
But if I had to pick which one I personally would play more often, just without the other one, it would probably be the Flying Garden. I like the Flying Garden.
I personally think it probably would fit more the bill of people who love Love Letter. I always felt that the Starship was more defense-oriented. And this one seems like it's a lot more attack-oriented and special ability-oriented.
Yes.
So I personally think that would be the one you'd want to go to, but I do recommend, as we stated earlier, pick up both. Play a 6-player game. Get your whole group of friends involved.
Yes. Yeah. And I also really like the idea of just making a custom deck as well. Like, I don't like the wound card in this one, which is the X, but I do like the sneak attack card.
Oh yes.
So putting those in to replace is probably going to be pretty fun. I can't wait to give that a shot.
And just a good warning, if you're going to mix and match the games, make sure you only leave one of the legacy cards in.
Yes. Please only do that, because otherwise you're going to have an interesting time when both players guess the Starship in a particular spot and they're both right. So yeah, that is our tidbit of Lost Legacy, The Flying Garden by AEG. Well done. I like it. And I'm trying to block Eric's face, and he's trying to get out of the way.
No, I'm trying to get in the way of it.
Oh, you're trying to get in the way?
Yeah.
Oh, because I'll hold it steady. So, Lost